Hello everyone! The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes on a recent horror release, and just like all of our other episodes, it might include major spoilers for said horror release, so don't listen to it if you haven't already seen it. You've officially been warned. And if you'd like to hear the full episode, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today. Without further ado, here is your exclusive Patreon clip.
And this film doesn't have any interest in shaming people for their sexual proclivities. At least not these characters.
Well, I mean, we can get into it now if you want, or we can wait until we kind of go down more of like the film in order. But yeah, there is a tenderness with which the film handles Pearl and Old Man.
I think it's Leonard.
Sure. That again, because I spent so much of my first viewing being like, okay, what are they going to do to these people? Like, what's their grandmaster plan when they don't have one? Watching it a second time, just knowing this is it, I found an unexpected tenderness with which West handles the older characters. Like, yes, they are quote unquote monsters. They are murdering these people because they are jealous of their youth, jealous of their ability to fuck, because at the end of the day, all Pearl wants is to get fucked. Like, that's all she wants.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt a tenderness and empathy with them that I didn't pick up on a first watch because I kept waiting for their grandmaster plan.
Okay, well, why don't we talk about it now since we're,
sure,
it's on the table? Because I definitely had a different reading of it, and I actually don't even disagree with your assertion that there's a tenderness, because I do feel that, and especially in the scene where Pearl is introduced to Maxine in the house and they're looking at the pictures, and you can see how Pearl covets Maxine's skin, right? Like that, she's attracted to these young people having sex, and she's envious of it. But also you can tell she just wants to be in that again, right? She misses the feeling of being young and being able to enjoy her body. And I think that's what I find so frustrating about the way that Pearl's kind of more sexualized scenes play out. If it was just her and Howard killing these kids because they were jealous of them or they didn't like sex, I feel like it'd be more traditional, but I'd accept it easier. It's that West films the scenes with Pearl where she's getting naked and or sexual in such a... That's where the creepy lecherousness comes in. There's no tenderness there. It's really shock value of, ew, this old fucking lady wants sex, and isn't that creepy, disgusting, and scary?
See, and I'm not even disagreeing with you because I think it can be read that way, but I view it more as equal opportunity. Like, I'm filming my young actresses this way. Why shouldn't I film my older actors this way? And I mean, we can even go into the sex scene. You know, I mean, like when is the last time you've seen a sex scene where it's like you have the woman being like, "Fuck me, fuck me, fuck me," and you clued me into this kind of mindset before we started recording, and so I tried to really think about it as I was watching it a second time. But
okay.
And again, I don't really have a right answer for you, but it's more so like, okay, is he filming it in a way that is making it seem gross, or is it us as... Because granted, I luckily had good audiences during this, but I can 100% see a screening where you got a bunch of people in there and they start fucking and it's like, ew, gross, that's so... Exactly, but how much of that is West framing it or telling us, oh, you should be grossed out by this, or is it just us saying, that is old skin, that shouldn't be having sex, that is gross, I don't want to watch that. And again, your mileage may vary. Like, you're reading it this way and I'm reading it a different way. I don't really think... I mean, again, we have to ask Wes's intent, right? So it's just about what we can pick up on.
Well, and that's just it, right? Because I definitely had this discussion in my head where it was like, okay, is this you projecting the anticipated response from the audience onto this, and that's why you're uncomfortable with it? Or is it, yes, the way that it's filmed, the way that Ti West is written or is shaping these characters? And I feel like it's a bit of half and half, because I fully anticipated, like, the minute that we start that sex scene between Pearl and Howard, I definitely thought people in my audience were going to be like, oh, but there was, like, I went to a very early screening on a Friday, and it was like 5 people in the theater, and nobody reacted except me to anything. As always. Toronto, what's up with you? But I think the reason I come down a little bit on thinking this is Ti West deliberately trying to make it extra icky is the fact that he has Mia Goth playing this character, and then he's giving her the wrinkled fucking old tits and the wispy hair. Like, he's deliberately made up this actress to be more gross. And like, I don't know how old this character is supposed to be. Maybe this is an accurate representation of an 80-year-old from Texas who's been in the sun a lot. But I just felt like there had been some deliberate attempts to gross this character up.
I do agree that having Goth play that character adds a wrinkle because, this isn't natural skin we're looking at. It is made up. So, and it is made to be, let's say, less than desirable looking.
Right. Yeah, and it's tricky too, right? Because I feel like if this had been just an older actress and they let her play, I was trying to think of the old lady who is in The Visit, the M. Night Shyamalan film. Yeah. Because I saw somebody saying like, oh, she was available. How come she's not playing this role? And I feel like, oh, okay. Well, that is the extra added dimension is we can't cast age-appropriate actors because we need them to be able to play their younger selves for the prequel.
Atlas Avenue, a long stretch of road that encompasses everything the city of Kennett Heights has to offer. Neon lights, traffic, crime, the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and the craziest of characters. My office was above it all. My name is James Locke, and I'm a PI.
Hello, Mr. J. How the hell you doing today?
Good, Edith. Nearly every year I have a new case. New people to meet, new clues to discover, and new problems to solve. But I do it the old-fashioned way. No technology. Nothing post-1950. Hell, I don't even listen to podcasts, but you should. Atlas Avenue Beat is a spoof of the film noir genre with goofy characters, tons of wordplay, and non-stop raunchy humor. There's also 3 whole seasons out right now with more on the way. Just search for Atlas Avenue Beat wherever you listen to podcasts or visit us online at bloody.fm.
Hello, I'm Shelby Scott, the host of Scare You to Sleep, a podcast where I tell you spooky bedtime stories full of creepy sound effects and music that is soothing yet unsettling to help immerse you into a world of horror. This is a show for those of us who have realized horror can be a strange but relaxing escape from reality. Speaking of escapes, sometimes I lead you through guided nightmares, like a guided meditation, but instead of flowery meadows, I take you on a journey through your own personal nightmare. So come get lost in the terror with me. Listen to Scare You to Sleep wherever you listen to podcasts, or find us online at bloody.fm. Sweet screams.